Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Crazy Hobbies Down Under.
Land! Aha! Go for glory, you know?
Wow. HPI. Just before we move on, the graphics department at HPI, you guys deserve a pat on the back. 2 thumbs up. Let's get started. So, HPI, they've gone and released 3 new cars. I should say 3 Truggies, and they're all named the Vorzas, or some people like to call them the Vorza. All right, just gonna put this box down for a split second. Now, to my left, you have the Vorza 4.6 big block, Nitro, ready to go. You will still need fuel and a starter pack to get started. Just regarding electric and Nitro, if you're watching this video and you're a bit sus on which one to get, with Nitro cars, we're not going to get into it too much. There's going to be a video coming up, electric versus Nitro, pros and cons. Just with your Nitro, if you're not patient, if you're not mechanically minded, and if you're not good with your hands, Nitro is not for you. Electric's for you. Electric, simple, fast, easy. That's what people want. Now, you have the Vorza, which is the red one, and then you have the Vorza S, which is the green one. What's the difference between the two? The Vorza will retail around for $900, and the Vorza S for about $1,100 AUD. So the rough price difference is going to be $200 between the 2 cars. Now, the Vorza S, I'm guessing the S is for special edition. So this is the upgraded version. So if you're looking to spend more, what do you get for the extra $200? The Vorza S, you'll get an upgraded servo, so better steering. You will get the aluminium on the car. It's all 70-75 aluminium, so it's a lot tougher, beefed up. So if you're an extreme basher, that's what you want. And lastly, it comes with aluminium shocks. So all your shock caps and stuff are aluminium, so they're not gonna pop off. So for an extra $200, it's really a no-brainer. Regarding the Vorza platform from HPI, this Vorza platform, it's originally a buggy, and without boring you guys too much, this thing was an animal. It was a beast. It still is. So what they've done is they've got that car, they've got all the parts from the Vorza, and they said, you know what? Let's make a Truggy, which is genius. Because why change something when it's good? So that's it. We're not going to bore you guys too much. We're going to quickly show you how nice the bodies are, quickly go over the cars, and we're going to be taking one of these beasts out to the skate park because we want to see. We want to see if it's HPI tough. That's it. Let's unpack. Yeah. We're going to be showing you the Nitro Vorza first, and then we'll move on to the electric ones. So just the graphics. Yeah, the graphics, they're out of this world. The body, the way they've cut this out is superb. Usually trying to get these on, it's a nightmare, but this thing just slips on and slips right off. With the Nitro version, you are going to need a few other things to get rocking and rolling. You're going to need fuel. We'd highly recommend 20% fuel. We run the VP and the AT fuel. So with the fuel, you're going to run it in with 20%, 5 tanks of fuel. Check your instructions, please. And then you're going to stick to 20%. That's what we recommend. You will need a 6-volt hump pack for your receiver. Now, it will come with a JST plug, red plug, right? They're called JSTs, so just be wary of that. Now, when you buy the car, you usually get a 4AA holder. It's not included, so be prepared. Starter pack. What's a starter pack? You got your igniter, clips on top of your glow plug, your fuel bottle, your wrenches. You'll need one of them. They retail about $40, $50. What's included, you do get a crossway wrench, your air filter, which needs to be on the car before you run it, 4 AA's for your controller, and a few spares and Allen keys. Now the controller on all Vorzas have the same, the TF50, great radio, feels really solid in your hand, right? Doesn't feel awkward to hold. They've done a great job there. That flips up, nice. And then what they've done is they put these rubber grommets on the bottom, so when you've got your controller on the ground, you try to move it, you know, from the bottom, obviously, it doesn't move. So little hacks like that, HPI, that's got our attention. So good job. All right, now, so again, just regarding the car, world famous hot bodies, HPI arms. These things are bulletproof. Not literally, yeah. You've got the plastic shocks, they are adjustable, aluminium shock towers, you can see there. All right, your servo for the front here, it's a SS30 and it's a 9 kilo plastic geared. It has got a 25 tooth servo horn on there, so if you want to upgrade it, you know what spline it's got. You got your receiver box, which is completely secure, even if you bump it on the side, that's solid, really good job there. Your throttle servo, it's a 6.5 kilo, not the best. 25 tooth spline, you can upgrade that later on. And your receiver pack will sit inside there, and it has got a JST plug. You got your cover there, and that just sits over the top. Same as the rear, plastic arms, aluminium shock tower, great wing. The only really thing that we need to talk about on the Nitro, without going into it too much, like I said, we're going to be having a Nitro video in depth very soon. Watch out for that. All right, Nitro. Check your instructions, because you've got to run the engine in for 5 tanks before you get to go full throttle. Feel inside here. For you to start the engine up every time, the fuel has to reach the carby first. So what you can do is, very easily, you can block your hand on there, just pull on that a few times, and you'll see the fuel rushing through to the carby. Once it's there, take your hand off. Okay, this is obviously, the car's not started. Put your igniter on. Now, with your pull start, you can see here how what direction your pull start is coming out. Now, a lot of people, what they'll do is, they'll grab the pull start and they'll start it by pulling it that way. That is a big no-no. The direction that your pull start's coming out from, that's the direction you want to pull. So just grab it and just short, quick jabs, right? It's not a lawnmower, so don't do long jabs. Nice, quick, short jabs, and the engine will start, no problem. So that's a tip for you there. If it's a bit hard for you to start, you can get a heat gun. You can heat the block up, make sure not to melt anything around it. And what that does is, once the engine's hotter, the pull start will be easier for you to pull. Air filter must go on. Check your instructions for the run-in procedure. You've got to do 5 tanks. And always make sure your receiver battery is always fully charged. You don't want that going flat, or that can cause you problems. And one last thing with the Nitro car, guys, what I want you guys to do is turn the controller on, turn the car on, not the engine, turn the electronics on the car, steer left, steer right, make sure it's going left and right. With the Nitros especially, hit full throttle, make sure the carb is opening, hit brake, make sure it's braking, and last thing, make sure you check your fail-safe. Fail-safe, it's in your book, you can refer to it. Make sure that is working before you start the engine, okay? That's it. We'll move on to the Vorza and then the Vorza S. Let's have a look inside of the normal Vorza Truggy. This is the basic version. The bodies, well, the bodies are just banging. So what do we got here with this beast? Got the big front bumper, which is awesome. That's going to protect you. It's going to save you a lot of money. You've got the world famous HPI VORZA arms, front and rear. Very beefy. Just quickly show you that. There you go there. Aluminium chassis. You got these beefy turnbuckles. There you go there. They're very beefy. They're your push rods. They're your turnbuckles. It does come with sway bars standard, front and rear. Right, so you got good handling when you're going around corners. Now, servo, it's a 9 kilo. You got your receiver box in there. That sound, guys, is perfectly normal. That's metal on metal. Hobbywing system, yes, it's 6S compatible and it's Hobbywing. So with Hobbywing, guys, you can't go wrong. It's just fast and simple, easy. Can't stuff it up. Great electronics. Plastic support braces. Now, if you're going to be jumping them, you might want to upgrade them. But yeah, front and rear. On the rear, there you go there. You got the nice wing, Vorza wing, aluminium shock tower. Shocks are plastic. They are adjustable. So you can stiffen them up, get that right height a little bit higher. Now, the only thing we really want to show you is the battery tray. The battery tray, it's 16 centimeters long and about 6 centimeters wide. 6S battery, guys, we'd only recommend Gen's Ace. You'd want to go for a short and stumpy battery, not a long battery. So this is a new one from Gen's Ace. We're going to show you something in a sec. Now that fits perfectly. As you guys can see, strap it down. That battery is not going anywhere. Now, you've got longer batteries as well. If you get the longer ones, they won't fit. So stay away from the longer batteries. You've got the dimensions there. So if you have batteries, even 2 3Ss, they can't be any longer than 16 centimeters long. Now, we're going to show you something on the battery tray. That's like a rubber just to protect the battery once it's in place. You can take that off. Now, what you got here, we've already done it. Now, this clip, you can actually take this clip off. It's like a little stopper. So let's just say if you've got a thinner battery, you can actually adjust this up or down. And let's just say if your battery's there, just push it down. And that way when your battery sits in there, it's nice and tight. So that's adjustable, or you can just take it off, or you can just leave it as is. The battery tray opens up. So you can see those holes there. We've taken them off from there, and then there's holes on the left-hand side. So you take the screws off and then push them up, put them into the next hole. And then what happens is it brings the battery tray over. You can shorten it or widen it depending on your battery size, but fully widened is 16 centimeters long. Okie doke. So that's it for the normal Vorza. You do get the TF50 radio, which we just showed you with the Nitro car. And in the box with the normal Vorza, you'll get your cross wrench for your wheels and just a few spares. Now, regarding the Vorza, the great thing what they've done is, which is very important, they've put the 17mm hexes on there. Right now, that is a lifesaver because this is the proper nut system that you want on your wheels. You tighten these up, you put a bit of Loctite on there, these bad boys aren't going anywhere. So it's really good that they've got that system on all 3 Vorzas. Also, let's show you the Vorza S and we'll show you the difference between the two. The Vorza S, this is the Elite Vorza, top of the line. This is the double whopper with cheese. Let's check out what you've ordered. Let's start off from the front. I'm going to quickly show you these shock caps. Now, the shock caps, here they are, aluminium tops, aluminium body as well. Let's see here, focus, 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 focus. Right, aluminium and aluminium. Now, the advantage here is that this cap should never come off because it's screwed on to aluminium, right? So the thread is nice and strong. The reason why they upgrade them to aluminium is because these are under a lot of stress. So if they're plastic, they tend, obviously if they push down hard enough, these, if they're plastic, they'll pop off, right? So these aren't going anywhere anytime soon. That's the main upgrade. Now, I'm going to show you the aluminium on the S version. Now you can see here, guys, right? You can see the cutouts here and here and here. That's extra reinforcing. And it's 775 aluminium. Right. So the normal Vorza hasn't got all these cutouts to make it stronger. So that's that. That's the front. You got the arms, it's exactly the same, the sway bars. Now, the battery tray, the electronics we're not going to be talking about because it's the same as the Vorza, 16 centimeters long, 6 centimeters wide. The servo on the S is the SS40WP, which is a 10 kilo metal geared. Also got a 25-2 spline. Now you can see here, got the cutouts here as well on the chassis. There you go there. On the other Vorzas, they do not have that. All right, so that's to stiffen it up. You got the shocks on the back, the aluminium shocks. Again, you'll have the upgraded shock tower on the rear. You got a few adjustments here, which you can play around with. All right, guys, that's basically it. All right, so they are very loose, feel very nice, and not to mention these tires, 17 mil hexes, these tires, yeah, I think these are going to grip really well. I can't wait to take this thing to the skate park. Whoops, sorry about the shakiness. Can't wait to take this thing to the skate park and give it a good old thrashing. Yeah, guys, that's it. Hope you guys liked the video. Plenty more to come. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Like the video. We love you from down under. See you on the next one.